Yeah, hello my people. The picture you're seeing right there is the picture of our president, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Borrowing another money from international bodies. You know, it's in record that there is no sane society, there is no policy, there is no system of government with the well-being of its citizens at heart that would keep borrowing money without infrastructure, keep borrowing money without what they are using this money to do. Keep borrowing money for no reasons, with no accountability, nothing, just borrow and borrow and borrow. You know, his policies, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu policies, you know, his system of government is torment. It's a nightmare to Nigerians. It's become real to Nigerians. Why would you blame him? You would blame him. What about a religious leader in Nigeria, held by Sultan of Sokoto, who has been confiscating 9 billion US dollars that could give Nigeria hospital or the local government in Nigeria, a quality hospital at that, and provide electricity to Nigerians. For $5 billion to produce electricity, enormous quantity to serve the whole Nigerians, and you wouldn't even pay estimated bills. Just this $9 billion alone can do for Nigeria. And you have one group of people there, a religious group, confiscating this money, and nothing happens, no accountability, nobody's holding them responsible, nobody's talking about this. When in a country where all these things are happening, why won't the president borrow? He would be borrowing, to satisfy himself and keep himself in office. Of course he would borrow. If you are the one, he would borrow. Where there is no accountability, where the system is deteriorated, there's no law and order. Everybody is just doing everything. Every elected personnel office is there, respectively, are just doing what they want. No checks and balances, nothing. Just confiscating the resources of the masses. These things I'm saying is not exaggeration. International bodies have recognized this. It's internationally known that $9 billion leaves our natural resources in Nigeria every year through the means of Sultan of Sokoto and his crew. This is why when you speak about separation, when you speak about this thing being abnormal, this thing putting an end to this madness, they will go after you. They will try to assassinate you. They try to buy George and jail you, end you for trying to speak these things. We should not forget that those of us Nigerian citizens collecting money from these people, collecting 5 million, 10 million, 1 million to support this madness. Remember that after 1 year, 6 months, you're going to spend this money. You're going to spend everything and go back to where we are. And our children unborn, our generation unborn, is going to inherit from this madness. They're going to inherit from this madness. And when we leave this world and reincarnate back to this world, born through our lineage, we're going to continue from where we stopped. The Nigerian we left in our previous life, we're going to continue. It's a continuation. It never ends. When you speak about these insouciant politicians, they will make it religious. These avarice criminals we have as politicians, they're going to make it political. They're going to make it religious. They're going to make it tribal to keep sucking you. They'll start telling you guys not to vote, telling you about God, telling you about how God wants you to vote for who they want. So they'll keep stealing while their children, their lives are better. They're making good money, good life for themselves and their generation. You are there believing in God that they told you about. Since your great grandfather, they be telling you about this God, and you are still being born, being reincarnated back to life, and you don't think, this madness has to stop. Nigerians, you need to wake up. If this madness continues, I will start, advocating for Nigerian separation. We need to separate if this madness continues. The oppression is so much, the stealing is so much, the confiscation of national resources, is increasing daily. This cannot continue. If this thing continues in few months from now, I'm going to start speaking and advocating, tagging the international body, bringing out more secrets, more deep things about Nigeria. They don't know out there. So this country will be separated. People can be given referendum to choose what they want. This madness needs to stop.